episode 6 of the 15 Red podcast this evening on Friday the 19th of February 2001. And we've had history in the making at the Welsh Open. But first, we'll say hello to Scott in Ireland. A very happy...
How are you, Graham? Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Scott. Very happy this evening over there.
Very much so. Well done, Jordan Brown.
Yes. And good morning to Mike in Vancouver.
Yeah, good morning, Graham. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Mike.
How are you guys? You all right? You good?
Very well indeed.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Watching some good snooker.
Yeah, it's been a good tournament so far, and it's getting better as we go through it.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Who's surprising you so far? Who's been the surprise package?
Well, Jordan Brown would have to go up at the top of my list so far, beating Selby like he did.
Yeah.
I think we're all on the same page there. Definitely. Yeah. But first
obviously,
of all,
for me, there's a bit of local pride there, but yeah, it was a bit of a shock.
Yes, it was. We'll go into that as we go through the programme. But first of all, we've heard news that Ali Carter has dropped out, and we think, I've heard a rumour that it could be Crohn's disease. Is Crohn's disease fired up again? So he was Ronnie today, and Ronnie got the walkover into the semis.
Yep. Ali's had Crohn's disease. Of course, he's had cancer twice and come through it. So we wish him well and hope that it's nothing too serious.
Absolutely, yeah. I best wishes to Ali. Obviously, you know, he would have put up a bit of a fight against Ronnie. Probably Ronnie would have come through, but you know, it would have been nice to see Ali play against Ronnie. Unfortunately, not going to happen.
Shoulder gate, know what?
You what, Scott? Sorry.
Shoulder gate, know what?
The World Championships, he's referring to shoulder gate.
Yeah.
Remember?
The shoulder badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been a bit of a fiery one. What we're not going to see is Ronnie O'Sullivan against Mark Allen, of course. If Allen had made it through, that's another one gone. You know, the champion of champions incident we was talking about.
Yeah, well,
that's all gone.
Sort of thankful that one won't come up actually.
Yeah, that's right. So last night's results then, Mike.
Yep.
If you want to take us through them.
We have Jordan Brown beating Mark King 4-3. Zhang Maguire beating Zhang Zhu 4-2. Ford beating Wazowski 4-3. Murphy beating Hawkins 4-3. Selby beating Yan 4-2. Mark Williams beating Vahey 4-2. O'Sullivan beating Zhou Yulong 4-1. And Ali Carter beating Mark Allen 4-2.
And as you're going through them results there, Mike, we've had a lot of final frame deciders in that bunch there. Yeah. 4-3, 4-3, 4-3.
Yeah. I think Brown actually right now has played 4 consecutive deciders in the tournament.
Today's match, definitely.
And today's included. Yeah, exactly. So
it's quite interesting to see, Scott, how we're getting so many final frame deciders, I think.
Yeah. I suppose with best of 7s, and obviously today we end up to best of 9s. With shorter matches, you do tend to get more deciders. But Jordan Brown, I'm going to say a word about Jordan Brown and his resilience. We'll be calling him Jordan McManus shortly.
I can't compare thee to a summer's day. It's like, yeah. McManus will always reign in the tactical, you know. I think he'll always reign, yeah. But taking nothing away from Jordan, of course. Absolutely not. But today's results then in the quarterfinals was shocking. Stephen Maguire beating Sean Murphy, defending champion, 5-4. Now that is incredible. You know, I featured that match earlier on,
Yeah.
And Murphy looked out of sorts for the first couple of frames. You know, Maguire made 105 in the second frame.
Yeah. Breaking like
Murphy's top break was 81. Maguire made a 90 and 133.
And
he was just absolutely beating Murphy up.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
He was superb. That was the sort of form that saw him win the Tour Championship last season. Remember the long frame tournament before Sheffield, and Maguire won it.
Yeah, they used to play in amateur tournaments as well when they was like really young. And Murphy was saying that there was like putting the lampshades off each other back in them days.
You could see that today for sure.
Yeah, Maguire certainly took the control of it, didn't he? In that final break.
He was also down 4-3 and then went 223 points without a reply, including the 133 in the decider.
Yeah, I mean, to get 133 in the decider is a big. That's against Murphy as well. It's, you know, big result. That's a big eye opener, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a bit of a shock to you though, Scott, Murphy going out?
Well, he probably was favourite to come through the top half, but you know, you're not surprised that Stephen won.
No.
Nobody's surprised that Stephen won. We know, like, he's a 6-time ranking event winner, and he's won the Welsh Open before in 2013.
Yeah.
So,
Also, rank 7 against rank 8, so it's like a pick. You could pick one and be right.
As
Alan
McManus said, it's the toss of a coin that game was, and
absolutely.
It turned out to be the toss of a coin, really.
Yeah, and it was, and it did come down to the toss of a coin, but like I say, Maguire took full advantage, and I think Murphy played a bad safety shot, and there went Maguire, you know, and he potted a red, just cut it into the bottom right corner, and if he'd have missed that, he'd have lost the frame, but he took it on and got a bit lucky with a kiss on the red to finish on the black.
Yeah.
So and he took his chance really well, and he took that break really nicely, didn't he? Strong he looked.
Mm-hmm.
Very good cue ball control. You know what Maguire's like? He can get on his case, as Dave Henton kept saying. He can get down on himself, but he'd be proud of himself after that performance, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he can definitely be proud of himself. But what will Murphy take away from that defeat, do you think? Will that, stop him for the next championship that's coming up?
He didn't play his best match, but I mean, he got outplayed over the final couple of frames. He was in the match, and then Maguire just 223 without reply. I mean, you got to tip your hat to them.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, Murphy's long putt was outstanding. He was at 8 out of 11 on the long stuff.
He was, but he was at 1.76%, wasn't he, of long putt? So Maguire was a bit like 50. I think he was 56, 57, so he wasn't that high.
No.
But
his break building was superior.
Yeah.
His break building?
Absolutely. And his safety play was good as well. I've got to give it to him. His tactical was great.
Very good.
Very good. And I think that's why he forced Murphy into that mistake that won him the frame in the end.
Yep.
So moving on to your man then, Scott, Jordan Brown. He come through against Mark Selby in a time travel history ending. But you were going through the torturing, weren't you there, Scott?
Oh, that was like, as I've said before, Northern Irish people know what it's like watching Northern Irish sportsmen on television. Alex did the same. George Best did the same. The Northern Ireland football team do the same. Dennis Taylor did the same in 1985. We just go through the ringer every time.
1987, Scott. And 1987, just to throw the Masters one in.
Oh, yeah, but Dennis and Alex, dear me.
Yeah, exactly. They never do anything easy, Ireland, do they?
No, we don't. No, but Jordan was superb. Should have won it a lot easier than he did, but he's got the result, and fair play to him.
Yes, I mean, that final black, the way that, but he should never have got to the final black though.
Of course.
He needed 25. He was 25 ahead, with 22 on, and he should have, you know, I think he should have took that green to the green pocket and tried to cook it in rather than go for a double and a safety shot.
That was an odd one for sure.
That was an error, wasn't it? That was a big error at the time.
Nonetheless, he's got the result.
But then again, he left that black over the middle pocket, just like Hendry, the same black Hendry had in '98 Masters final. Different circumstances, obviously. I'd love to have seen the crowd in there to see that ending.
Yeah, that was something.
But you know, it is what it is. And in '98, it was obviously the final, and it was a different stake on it.
Yeah.
But it was in the same sort of area. Although I think Stephen's white was closer to the cushion than Mark's was.
Yeah.
I think Mark's was just a little bit further out. And the black was a little bit further out from the pocket, but very reminiscent. He missed it in the exact same place Henry did.
He did.
And they left the exactly same shot that Williams played for Brown.
Yeah. Well done, Jordan.
Now, I thought it was over. I really thought it was over because I was streaming that live.
Yeah.
And I really thought it was over.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, I was going mad on the group chat. I put, at one stage, I put on our group chat in capital letters, "This is torture."
Yeah, you did. You did. And then Mike, sarcastically, I think, put, "Who are you cheering on then, Scott?" Which I thought was a brilliant statement because we all knew who, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, can we just mention a word, Mike, about now? Which coverage did you watch, Scott? Did you watch Eurosport or BBC?
Eurosport.
Thank goodness for that. I wish I had.
Did better than us.
I wish I had. Oh dear, Mike. Can we just mention a word on the poorness of quality from Rob Walker?
Yeah, he was absolutely shocking. I mean, we need to get rid of Kobe just to make sure he's not a commentator anymore. He was
I
terrible.
told you he was bad. That's
he was going on about the history of stuff when there's a snooker's required going on. Like it was just shame.
He was bringing up history moments from past gone days.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's these snookers here. We're on the deciding frame, Rob. What are you doing now? It's not the opening frame, you know?
Yeah.
And even on the black ball, he was like giving us statements about, he had to throw some history in there about Jordan Brown's deciding stats and deciding frame stats. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure that we can provide better commentary, guys. I'm sure we can.
Without question.
Now,
I don't think they are, Sean. I mean, he's only a temporary commentator.
I'll tell you something, Scott, not to disrespect the guy at all, but you watching that was torture. But if you want torture, listen to Rob Walker describing that last phrase.
Yeah.
That's torture. But yeah, anyway. Tonight's game then, semi-finals, Stephen Maguire plays Jordan Brown. What do you think to that one, Scott?
Well, Stephen's favourite, but I'm not counting Jordan Brown out.
No, I think Stephen's a strong favourite. I would be stunned if he's not in the final. Yeah. I hope from a purist standpoint, maybe he wins, but absolutely, it would be an absolute stun if Brown was to beat Selby, then to beat Stephen Maguire in his form, and then potentially maybe Ronnie. I don't know.
Well, I for Scott, I hope he does.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I hope he does too.
Yeah, but
if I had to bet on it, I would take Stephen Maguire all day.
As Scott said, I think his heart's with Brown, but his head's saying Maguire.
Yeah, I think so.
Unfortunately. So Ronnie's through. He's got the walkover against Carter. And then tonight's match, we got to go for Williams, have we? We can't see Paul pulling off a shot.
Well, I put the head-to-head stats up earlier on, and it's 9-1 to Williams.
Yeah, but with the way this tournament's going, Ford could come through it.
Well, it could be 5-4.
Yeah, it could. When's the last time? Do you know the last time that's happened, Scott? I bet you know that in stats.
Yeah.
The last time we've had the quarterfinals going to all the matches going to deciding frames. Have we had that before?
German Masters 2015.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I bet he knows the matches too.
Yeah, I would.
I'll not go through them, but
Okay.
I do know.
We know you're our stats man, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's good.
Exactly. Phil Yates knows.
Yeah.
Right, too, yes.
But because he's not going through them. You know what I'm going to say? Oh dear me! Right, so okay, so we've had guys in this tournament 65 centuries so far.
That's impressive.
Yeah, the highest coming from Xing Tong, 143.
Yeah.
He's still unbeaten.
No.
Ryan Day, 141. Barry Hawkins, 138. O'Sullivan, 138. Selby, 134. Scott Donaldson, 134. And that's the top five-ish. So, you know, it's and Billy
Going to be tough.
Castle, by the way, just to give a notice to Billy Castle, Billy Joe Castle got 130 as well. And Matthew Selt got 133. Ersenbach, 134. Scoring well.
Yeah, the standard's been superb.
Certainly has, even from the lesser ranking guys.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure. Some of these guys are really good. These up and coming kids.
Yeah, like I think that Gudon is going to go further in later tournaments. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, he has been in a ranking final, Gudong, in 2013. He lost to Ding in Shanghai.
Very, very strong player, Gudon. I like him. I like what he does. I think he's very good. Scott, you've got the Tour Championship. Is it the Tour Championship to
The
mention?
Players'
Yes.
Championship standings.
Yeah.
Because that's next week, of course. And the top 16 players on the one-year list go through. As it stands, Sean Murphy is in 15th place. But if Williams wins tonight, he will overtake Murphy, and Murphy will lose out.
Great.
Well, a lot riding on tonight's matches then.
Yes.
And if Jordan Brown were to beat Maguire and make the final, he would get into the Players' Championship as well.
Oh, geez. Wow.
There is a lot riding on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What rank?
And of course,
I'm just trying to figure out what ranking Jordan Brown is at the moment and where that would take him after his win today.
He's 81st going into the Welsh Open.
Right.
So I haven't worked out how far this money will take him up, but by heck, it'll shoot up.
He will, especially beating Selby. That's like a big ranking point win.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think, Mike, have you got the prize fund there?
Say that again, Scott. I didn't catch that.
You got the prize fund there? Like
I can bring it
the
up.
money for every. What does a losing semi-finalist get?
Losing semi-finalist gets £20,000.
Not to be sniffed at, eh?
And then runner-up gets 35.
And 30 grand for the runner-up in the final, and 70 grand for the winner.
So Jordan Brown's guaranteed 20 grand there.
At least?
Yep.
Yeah?
Guaranteed 20 grand.
Yeah, definitely. Could buy you a drink, Scott.
Or buy me a pint of milk in that case.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted for you, Scott, that he's got through, to be honest. I'm really delighted. You know, it's a great win for him, great instant in his career, and it should give him a good boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's a good player. He does look a good player when he gets in. He does look a good
Oh yeah, yeah.
player.
Well, if only he wouldn't give us a blooming heart attack every time we're trying to watch him. He might go a bit further.
Oh dear. Well, he was absolutely, like torturing you, Scott. But as you said to me and Mike, that's how we felt in '85.
Yep.
But there was a lot more riding on that one, obviously.
Yeah.
But yes. So that's tomorrow. So if Ronnie gets through, he'll play Ford or Williams. We expect Ronnie to make the final. We expect Ronnie to make the final now, don't we? And possibly win the tournament.
Yeah.
He's my favourite.
Yeah.
Although if he plays Williams, which we expect, don't write Mark off. I wouldn't write Mark off at all there.
No, I'm not writing Mark off. I'm just saying that on current form, I think Ronnie would beat Mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's 32-8 on the head-to-head between them, so.
I think Tom Ford, though. I think Tom Ford might be up for it tonight. I've got a slight feeling that he might just have the edge and might just scrape the victory. I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
Either way, Ronnie's going to be a favourite against Williams.
Oh yeah. Either way. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
More of that Mark Williams breakoff shot. Like, is this the new in thing for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he going to keep doing that, do we think? Because it's a good breakout. It works.
Oh, yeah. Is it the new revolution in the game?
Yeah.
I think if I was playing Mark Williams, I'd do it against him.
Yeah.
I'd break off exactly the same way. Right, if you're going to do it, mate, I'm going to, because that's what players will start doing against him, possibly.
That's what Liam Highfield did, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Fight fire with fire.
Oh, I'd love to see if Williams does play Ronnie will possibly do it. Ronnie.
Oh, goodness me.
Ronnie played in the Championship League, and Williams was doing it, and he looked a little bit kind of irritated by it.
Well, Ronnie would be irritated because he wants to get in and get on with the job.
Yeah. He wasn't thrilled with the idea, so we'll see how it goes in a tournament like a semi-final.
But Ronnie's had a day off today, which helps. But then Scott reminded me that he had a day off before in World Championship, wasn't it?
In 2014. And the semi finished with the session to spare.
Yeah,
and then he lost the title.
So yeah, day off. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he'll be practicing, I'm sure, but he doesn't need to practice, does he?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, of course he needs to practice. It's like he's not infallible.
No. If you were Jordan Brown tonight after that great win over Selby, would you go on the practice table, or would you be going for a good drink?
Well, you can't go for a drink now, so you'd have to go to the practice table.
Well,
I suppose you can go. Yeah, true, but. If he's got some in his hotel room, just have them. And I'm sure Scott would like to be in that hotel room.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Mike has got a quiz for me and Scott, I believe.
Yes,
and he's got his chance to get his own back on the boat.
I am ready to get your pens and papers ready.
Yeah. Just to let you know, before we start the quiz, by the way, Scott leads you, Mike, 52-40, 12 points on the prediction thing there. And he leads me by a hell of a lot more. We're not going to go into that.
You're bottom with 18 points, Graham.
And I will be after this quiz as well. So,
okay, so
hopefully they're not too difficult.
No, they're not too difficult. I mean, I'm sure Scott's going to ace it, but I made him like similar to kind of what you had yesterday.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. How old was Ronnie O'Sullivan when he made his first competitive 147?
Okay.
How old was Ronnie O'Sullivan when he made his first competitive 147?
Okay.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Question number 2. In 1977, the first year the Crucible went, the first year the tournament went to the Crucible, who won that World Championships?
Yeah.
Ding is the only Asian-born player to reach a world final. Who was his opponent?
Ding made when he made the world final.
When Ding made the world final, he's the only Asian player to make the world final one time. Who was his opponent?
Oh dear. Okay. Go on.
What 2 years did Alex Higgins win the World Championships?
2 years. Okay.
He's won it
yeah.
twice. What years did he win?
Okay.
Easy goes.
I know you've got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Number 5 is, which rival took over the #1 ranking after Stephen Hendry held that position for 8 seasons?
Who took over? Repeat the question.
Which player took over the #1 ranking after Stephen Hendry held that ranking for 8 seasons? Who knocked him out of #1? Which player?
Okay. Oh dear. Oh. Oh dear.
No.
No.
I've got it.
No.
Oh dear.
And because Graham's so far behind,
Right,
I'm going to give him.
Fine.
You
Yeah,
got it?
go on then.
And I'm going to give, because Graham needs an extra boost here, I'm going to give him, I know I've asked you this already, so I know you know it, Scotty.
Yeah.
Graham, which tournament did Stephen Hendry record his first ranking win?
First ranking. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that so? Scott's not getting 6 questions there. Okay.
Quick question. No, because you were so far behind, it's only worth 2 points. I figured would give you a bonus.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. Even though I wasn't going to get it right, but you're very kind. Okay.
Question number 1. How old was Ronnie O'Sullivan when he made his first competitive 147? Answers.
15.
Correct.
19.
No.
I said 19. Sorry,
Scott.
that's wrong.
1 for Scott.
Oh, dear.
Question number 2 was, in 1977, the first year the tournament was held at the Crucible, who won the World Championships?
1978.
1970. The first year the tournament was at the Crucible,
yeah.
Who won the World Championship that year?
John Spencer.
You are correct.
Correct, John Spencer. Yeah, I've written it down there. John Spencer.
Yep, no, that's good. Hang on, yeah. That's 2 points for that.
He beat Ray Reardon.
No, beat Cliff Thorburn.
Very well. He beat Cliff Thorburn. I thought he beat Ray Reardon. That was a good rivalry, by the way. Shows what a post. I'm really the host here, guys. Remind you of that.
It was a rare Canadian feat to have a Canadian in a final, so that's how I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ding is the only Asian-born player to reach a world final. Who was his opponent when he got there? Scott.
Mark Selby.
You are correct. It was.
I said John Higgins.
Oh, so 2 points for Scott.
Oh dear.
It was in 2016, the final of the World Championships.
Okay.
What 2 years did Alex Higgins win the World Championships?
1972 and 1982.
Bang on again, sir. You are a man possessed. Graham.
1982, 1975.
No, 1972, 1982, and 1976. He was the runner-up.
Yeah.
All right. Did you?
1980.
Oh, okay, I didn't have that one. I only had 1976. But number 5, which rival took over #1 ranking when Henry was knocked out of that position for 8 years? Who was it?
John
Scott?
Higgins.
You have aced your quiz yet again.
I
Wow.
also put John Higgins.
You've got it as
I
well,
also
Graham.
put O'Sullivan first and then changed my mind. But yeah, Higgins.
No, you've got
Correct.
Higgins. Okay, so you have the bonus question. What was?
Oh dear.
Which tournament did Henry win his first ranking win?
I'm going to say the Masters.
No, it wasn't. Graham, start telling the answer because I know you told me.
The 1987 Grand Prix.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
So,
Good night. Thank you, guys.
all right. So Scott gets the full 10 points. Like he's aced it. So
Yes.
Graham,
Well done, Scott. Well done. That's all I can say.
62.
All I
Graham,
can
you got.
say is Irish eyes are smiling, and good luck to the Irish. That's all I can say.
Excellent stuff.
So, what's the scores there, Mike? On so Mike Scott got 5, didn't he?
He's aced it, so he's got full 10 points. So he should be at 60.
Is it 60? Yep.
And you got, what did you get? You got 3 out of 5.
If I go for 1982 as the right answer, yeah. And then the
yeah, I give you that. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I got 3.
3 right, so 6 points.
Yeah, which puts me on to 24, which is way behind. You're 20 behind now, Mike.
Yeah. Excellent stuff.
With Scott's questions to come tomorrow, of course. So Scott can't get any points tomorrow.
I don't expect much movement coming from either one of us there.
Yeah, he can't get any points. That's one good thing. So that's. So any other points we want to talk about, guys? We've got the debate going on about Selby, Hendry, and O'Sullivan, and Davis.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to take the rivalry point, actually.
Yeah, I think we should cover the rivalry point in the last bit of time. Oh, we've raced through it tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 25 minutes. Let's talk about rivalries here.
Okay, so let's go then with why is Mark Selby not an all-time great, Mike?
We're going back on that conversation. Can I just show the video of tonight?
Yeah.
And just leave that answer. that would be my.
Okay.
You know what I found really, really interesting over the last week or so? I've been looking at different sites and reading different topics, and there's so many different variables that constitute an all-time great.
Yeah.
I was just reading a book called The Master of the Bays, and the guy has a totally different list than we've all been talking about. So this whole subject of who is an all-time great, and it's so subjective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as regards to Selby specifically, I'm never going to be convinced he is. You know, he's a great player. He's just not a legend. His impact's not the same. There's just something.
So what constitutes then, as you've read this book, what constitutes to be an all-time great? Does it go on performances, ranking titles?
I think it covers a lot of things. I think it covers personality, not the whole thing, but obviously your statistic count for a large portion of it, without question. But I think, is this player's style of play very appealing to the public? And also public opinion has a huge influence on it.
Absolutely.
You know, like, so, you know.
Well, as you know, Mike, I'm 50-50 on Selby, right? I like him and I don't like him. I think, I honestly think he's not an all-time great.
Feeling, yeah.
But he can pull out results from the fire sometimes, just like Murphy can, just like Williams can, just like O'Sullivan. All right, O'Sullivan's on a different level to Selby, I know, but he can still pull out frames when he has to. And in that gritty battle, I would put my money on Selby to win gritty battles. All right, not today, but in other cases, I definitely would put my money on him to come through.
Yeah, you're a little more convincible than I am. I'm just not convinced of it. I look at the World Championships last year. He had a 16-14 ahead. Granted, he didn't get any chances in the last 3 frames. He didn't really, the 2 frames where Ronnie tied it up, he had no chance. I grant you that. But, he didn't make the clutch putt. Ronnie did. In that final frame. Remember the red to seal it down?
Yeah.
Today he had the black. He didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
And I'm not diminishing. He's a great player. He's just not a legend of the game. Is his impact on the sport of that of a Ronnie or a Stephen Hendry or a
So
Steve
where would you rate Murphy, say, in a relation to Selby? Because would you say Murphy's a little bit better quality than Selby? And would you say that Selby's in the Williams category?
I think it's a fair comparison. Murphy's much more personable. He comes across more personable. His style of play is much more appealing, I would say.
Okay. I think what you're leaning against, Mike, is the fact that he does grind frames and he does. Because what I remember with Selby is from a lot of years watching him down the line, he does. He always takes a long time for frames. He always seems to grind it out because he's just so slow as a player. He's not fluent as Murphy. And Sullivan. But one thing Selby does is he's got the cue on his chin and he's moving from side to side all the time on his shot. He just this swaying motion that doesn't appeal to me at all. When I'm watching, I'm like, hey, is the screen moving? What's going on? But I have seen him play live, and I have seen him do a 147, which which was absolutely fantastic. But he's like, he just moves on his shot, and it's not, like I say, not appealing.
No, I think for me that's probably one of the big drawbacks for him compared to the other guys that we've mentioned before.
But he's not a moaner, though. He's not a moaner. No. He gets on with it, and all right, he had a go at Ronnie about getting out of safety play and just whacking the ball. He said bit disrespectful, and all this, but he's not that bad compared when he comes out with comments. He's not that bad.
No, I'm not. I think it's just the style of play, and he's come from a different. His way of doing things is different. His way of coming across is a little bit monotone and maybe a little bit dull. But I mean, each to their own. It's not a full criticism of the guy.
And now we're going to get the comparison that Selby is a great. Scott, you think he is?
Yeah. Well, I grant you that his personality's not great, but neither was Stevens.
Yeah, I've heard different things.
You've got to give me a bit more than that, Scott, to convince me he's an all-time great.
And also, look at the comparison between him and Williams. Selby's won 19 ranking titles, Williams 22. I mean, you've got to say that Selby's an all-time great. I mean, he's won the world title 3 times. He was the last person to defend the world title. Defend the world title, that does take some beating.
Oh, it does take some doing. I agree with you on that point.
And also, look at his backstory. Look at his backstory as well. Mother ran out on him when he was very young. Dad died before he turned pro. He used to brush the tables at Willie Thorne's club just to get free practice. So he's had to come through all that as well. So I think his stats don't lie, his backstory appeals to me. And I don't really buy this thing that he can't score. I know he can grind and he can grind with the best of them, but I don't think that's a criticism. I know Mike's saying the style of play is not really appealing there, but as a bit of a purist myself, that sort of thing doesn't bother me. Like, I could sit and watch an hour-long grind if I had to.
I was
Do you
just
think
basically trying to say, yeah. And I was just basically saying on that point, Scott, that's why I think Mike leans, even though he hasn't said it, but I think that's why he leans against Selby, because he's a grinding and a battler, and he.
It's a combination of it, though. It's not just the fact it's a grind and a battler. I look at today. Is he one of the great break builders of all time? Absolutely not. Is he one of the great clutch
Well,
performers?
I would put him there. I would put him as a great break builder. Like he's made 670 centuries. You can't argue with that.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying that he's just not. He has a lot more tournaments than some of the guys that are retired, for one.
I know.
So you don't think Henry would?
But you could say the same about Trump, and you're not going to deny that he's a great break builder, are you?
Oh, no, he's fantastic. He's arguably one of the best. But they're going to get centuries. They're going to get breaks. They play every week. So I'm not just because he's got 650 whatever doesn't instantly make him an all-time great. I don't think he's one of the great putters that's ever played the game. Like when you put a list up of top clutch putting guys, Selby doesn't come running up my list. I would
put Selby as an all-time great of safety player.
He's in the top 5. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yep, I'll put him in the top 5 somewhere. He's not ahead of Reardon or Davis.
But I think Scott's going with the point that he's an all-rounder great. I think Scott's he's an all-rounder great, not just a safety player great or a centre break builder great player.
I would say he's in my top 5 players of all time. I'm sorry, Mike, but I really have to press it home.
You don't have to apologize. I don't have him in my top 10, and I'm sorry to say that as well. But it's so subjective.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And in case he's still playing, so it's really hard to, because it's always moving around because we're still playing, right? But
the centuries can go up or down, the money can go up or down.
Well, Selby has, he's had 19 ranking titles.
Yep.
He's had 7 minor ranking titles. He's had 8 non-ranking titles, 3 world championships. He's had 672 centuries. 147 he's done 3 times.
Okay.
There's just an argument there.
Okay, but to bring some context to this, I want you to read out all of Hendry, all of Ronnie O'Sullivan, read Alex Higgins, and he played in an era where there was not nearly as many tournaments.
Okay. I'm sure. Now, Scott, I was just going to say, give us Stephen Hendry's record.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephen Hendry.
I can give you Stephen's record: 36 ranking titles, 7 world titles, 5 Masters, 5 UKs. Whatever, 775 century breaks.
Yep.
9 world finals. What else do you
happen to know?
5 world titles in a row.
Do you know what Joe Davis has done?
More than that.
Yeah, but
of course, Joe Davis was in a different
era.
Yeah.
That's true. But we're talking about an all-time great. I can't just eliminate what he did because of that fact. When we talk,
but
talking all eras, all players are available for discussion.
Okay.
I can't just do what he did. Who's had a bigger impact, Joe Davis or Mark Selby?
Joe Davis.
There you go. Right, impact.
It depends what criteria you use.
Impact, influence, statistics.
Who's Joe Davis won 24 major tournament wins.
Who's this?
15 world titles. Joe Davis.
So what? You just take that
Joe
away
Davis.
from him? You can't just take it.
No. I'm not taking that away from him. No, I'm just reading out what he's won there.
I mean, some people have Joe Davis as the 2nd greatest player of all time on lists, and I've looked at a lot of lists. This isn't absurd stuff.
Nah,
you can't do it. I get it. I can't.
Era just.
Yeah, but it's an all-time great, Scott. It's an all-time.
Yeah, I know that, but
yeah, I think Joe Davis is an all-time great. Definitely.
No doubt
I think
about
we've
it.
established that. Okay.
yeah,
I think we've established that. Now, for your argument on Alex Higgins, there, Mike, I've
Okay.
got him down here as 1 ranking title,
Oh, okay.
24
All right.
non-ranking titles, and 2 world championships and 1 runner-up.
2 runners-up.
Yeah.
And yet
Two
he's still
runners-up.
publicly he still appeals to the public as one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, and like, let me say this. I'm obviously from Northern Ireland, the same place where Alex was from, and the impact that he had here back home was great, obviously. But, you know, from a snooker fan's point of view, and a sort of snooker observer,
Yep.
nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry, but I can't do it.
So
Okay.
do you read books, Scott? I don't know if you read a lot of books. There's a very good book, and there's a list. Have you read a book called Master of the Bays?
No.
It's a snooker book. If you get a chance to read it, highly recommended. And the author in the book he talks about.
Who is the author, Mike? Who is the author of that book?
I will find it out for you. 1 second, okay?
Okay.
But he has a top 5. His top 5 reads: number 1, Stephen Hendry; number 2, number 2, Joe Davis; number 3, Alex Higgins; number 4, Steve Davis; number 5, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie at 5. Now that's
Ronnie at 5. Now this book was, granted, it was written a few years back. Let me just bring it up here. It just shows you how subjective this whole thing is. Like,
oh, it is. It is
personal taste is like the number 1 criteria almost.
If we, I'm just looking at John Higgins' record as well. 30.
Yeah, 30 ranking titles.
19 non-ranking titles. 4 world championships, countless time runner-up, and minor ranking of 3. And he has 825 centuries to his name. Does that make John Higgins?
Yeah, second on the all-time centuries list.
I think John Higgins is an all-time great.
He's an all-time.
Yeah. Hence why I put him 3rd.
The information you wanted: Master of the Bays. This is the name of the book: Master of the Bays, Q Legends, Bad Boys, and the Forgotten Men in Search of Snooker's Ultimate Prize. It's by Luke Williams.
Okay.
Well, in Canada it's $25. I'm not sure what it is for you guys, but it's an excellent read.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just looking at Mark Williams's 22 ranking titles, 2 minor ranking titles, 6 non-ranking, and 3 world championships and runner-ups as well in that one, in a few of them. So does that make Mark Williams an all-time great? Because we were rating him as the same as Selby, weren't we?
Yeah, like
in Selby's league.
That was Mark Williams?
Like, can I say
Mark Williams, yes.
If I put Selby at 5, I put Williams at 6.
You rate Williams better than Selby?
No, I'd go Selby and then Williams.
Oh, Selby then Williams, okay.
Yeah, I got it the other way around. I got Williams and then Selby.
You rate Williams better than Selby?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But
now, if we look at, say, Steve Davis, in his ranking titles, 28, 56 non-ranking titles as well, and he's 5 world championships as well. 6 world championships. 6 world championships. Yeah, and 1 runner-up.
Yeah,
2 runner-up.
2 runners-up.
Yeah. So that he's an all-time great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, Steve is. He only got 355 career centuries though.
Yeah, but less tournaments.
Less tournaments.
I think and this break building was. It wasn't the big done thing in those days.
No.
His break building wasn't his strength. His tactical play. He was a good clutch player, arguably, except for 85, obviously. But
and 86.
He wasn't the best. When he lost to Dennis,
because he missed Andre Johnson.
That was it. 85 he lost to Dennis Taylor, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnson 86.
Yeah, 86 as well.
Yeah.
So,
Which hurt more?
But
Dennis Taylor. I said that. I go there all day. Just because of the manner Dennis won it on the black, 8-0. Dennis was 8-0 down. And then at the end of the first play, he was 9-7 behind. Come on, that's got to hurt.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's enough.
But can we? Well, I think we'll move on to rivalries now, because I think we've pretty much exhausted that conversation, haven't we?
Yeah, I was just going to go through Ronnie's record. 37 ranking titles, 3 minor ranking titles, 33 non-ranking titles, and of course his 6 world championships that wins.
Yeah.
So
runner-up
speaks for itself, and 1,088 centuries.
Can't knock any of that. A great break builder, best break builder of all time, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. The fingers don't lie.
No,
that's right. Yes. There you are. So
best clutch before all time.
I think he's just a wonderful all-round player. Really. He's just
best front runner the game's ever seen.
Yeah.
How often? What's his percentage when he's leading matches?
I still think, Mike, secretly, Scott is wavering on the injury.
Yeah, I know. I think he is. I believe that to be true. I asked you that outside. Do you remember? Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at least he's able to say he's changed his mind, and I respect that. Scott.
Until Ronnie wins that elusive 7th title.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we move on to rivalries then?
Yeah, rivalries. Let's go through I think I'm going to start rivalries with the obvious Jimmy White and Stephen Hendry.
Yeah.
That's your favorite
I think that's my favourite rivalry. The amount of times that they were in the world final together.
What's their overall head-to-head?
I think Mike can get that up quicker than I can.
What are we talking? Jimmy White versus who?
Stephen Hendry.
Okay, let me bring that up.
I think it's head-to-head wise. I think Hendry will lead it.
I think it's 36-19 from what I saw.
I will take a quick scour for you. Head-to-head. 19 for Jimmy. Yeah, 36-19.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
They played.
Now then, just talk 36-19. Now, just talking about that rivalry there, Scott, right? In the 1992 final, why do you think, what made White, I know he said he rushed it and everything, but why did he miss that black? What made him miss that black?
You mean 94?
Sorry, the 94 final, getting behind myself there, yeah. The question is for you both, really. Why do you both think he missed that black? Was it the occasion? Because he knew that was the frame, that ball would have virtually won in the match?
Yep.
That was his best chance, and he knew that he mightn't get there again. I
think it goes down. Collapsed, the pressure got to him. He had the crowd on top of him, begging him to pop that ball, and I think he just crumbled to the pressure.
Yeah,
because that's all he's ever going to be remembered for is all those finals he got to and lost.
Of course, Jimmy's had nightmares about that. He's even said the one that got away. He said, "I got down and rushed it," and I bet even today, he still remembers that shot.
Oh, and then 92 as well.
Yeah, 92 as well.
14-8 up, and Hendry wins 10 in a row.
And straight frames.
Oh, was it just destiny that he was bound never to win that title? Because he lost 18-16 to Davis.
Yeah, 1984.
Yeah, I remember.
So that's another one that got away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was 12-4 down in that match after the first day.
He was 12-4 down.
Yeah, came back and only lost 18-16.
That's a pretty good, solid comeback. But again, it's the silver medal thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but you know, even White said at the end of, he even got a different hairstyle to try and help him in that last final we had with Hendry. But he just said, you know, he's beginning to annoy me now. He said that in his interview. At the end of the
post-match interview, he said that.
Yeah.
I remember. That's what
late great David Vine was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a shame though. I think, you know, apart from the 94 one, I think it was a shame that White never won that title. Despite when he played Hendry, I mean, when he played Parrott, when he played Davis, it's just, you know, it was bad for him really to go through all of that and but the resilience of the guy to keep coming back every year to get in the final.
Yeah.
And then they played in the semi-final, him and Hendry, the following year actually.
I think he won.
In 95.
Is that the one where Jimmy beat him?
No, that was the one where Stephen made the maximum break.
Yeah, and White got into the final, I believe, against Nigel Bond.
Hendry got to the final against Nigel Bond, you mean?
Yeah, that's right. Hendry got to the final. Yeah, that's right. And he beat Bond by 18-4.
18-9.
Ah, there you are. See, this is stat man, you see. So, as we come into the end of the program, guys, the debate still stands, and I think we're going to have a program about it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, about the best players
after the Welsh.
After the Welsh.
After the...
And probably after the players as well.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll try if we can to get some crowd audience anticipation if we can. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We might try and, what about, are we going to mention about maybe trying to get some stream for the final?
Yeah, we'll try and get some stream for the final, and if we can provide some commentary each of us, that'll be really good. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I think
very entertaining.
I think we should go live into maybe here.
Can we get the screen on the TV, like the match itself?
From here, I think we can. What we do is I share my screen and just show you the match.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Let's do that then.
I'll have a
Perfect.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are doing that, use Eurosport for goodness sake.
Well, we'll just turn the sound down. Don't worry.
Exactly.
I can't get Eurosport on that telly, so I can only get BBC on. Right. So that'll be all right. Mike will be like this. Because he's like, it's in the morning for you.
So it'd be like 5 in the morning, but that's okay.
That's nasty, Mike. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's fine. I've done worse things than that.
Yeah, but it is the final, I guess. So
yeah. Oh, if Ronnie's there, I'm guaranteed to be watching it. So it ain't gonna matter too much.
Yeah.
Go on, Jordan Drive.
Yeah, and if Brown makes it against Ronnie, I don't want to disrespect Brown here, Scott, but I got a fear for him that it wouldn't last very long.
No,
I think that's true.
But anyway. Well, as long as he got a frame, it'd be 9-1 again. But
yeah. All right.
But yeah, just to leave on that note, then Mark Williams vying to go in the semi-final against Ronnie tonight against Tom Ford. Murphy's gone, and Selby's gone.
Yep. It's a good day already.
Right. See you at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. After the quarter. Well, what time are the quarterfinals underway tomorrow? By the way,
semi, you mean?
Semi. Sorry. Yeah. No, it's it's the semi. Sorry.
Have it 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for you guys.
Okay.
5 o'clock. 5 for me.
Okay.
1 o'clock and 7 then.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, when we come on air at 6, we discuss that 7 o'clock one. But yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks very much.